Cowbell. The cowbell brand is this one.
This is cowbell.
Cowbell, the same as cowbell. And this is now skim milk.
What do you add here?
A vegetable fat, palm oil. Palm oil. So you remove the cow milk
Milk without milk.
with palm oil.
You add on.
Yes.
With the milk.
Yes. This is what sells a lot in Nigeria. They have a brand in Nigeria called Cowbell. That is why I refer to him. This is the same product. This one is basically milk for infant children. This is the butter. Butter, yeah.
You don't make ghee.
We make ghee as well. Ghee. Yeah, these are. Under the leadership of His Excellency, Uganda is the first and only country in Africa that is a net exporter of milk. It is the only country in Africa that does not import milk, and all the milk consumed in the country is produced in Uganda. This is because of the long history that has been guided by His Excellency of keeping cattle and increasing productivity. In the past 25 years, we have now managed to make Uganda self-sufficient in milk production. And we are now looking for export markets under the leadership of His Excellency. In the past 10 years, Uganda's exports have grown to over $250 million from dairy exports. We contribute, as Lato Milk, we contribute to nearly half of it. Our products are currently available in over 10 countries, and we want to grow this to meet the nutritional needs of the African continent. We want the $5 billion of milk imports that Africa makes should come from Africa. And we also want to take our know-how and under the leadership of His Excellency, do what we have done in Uganda in other African markets so that we can save our foreign exchange reserves, just like Uganda has saved the foreign exchange reserves by having no milk imports and having milk sufficiency as per the guidance of His Excellency. In addition, His Excellency has always told us that Africa should not be exporting raw materials. We are proud that as the milk industry, all our exports are value added, and the farmers get up to 60% of all the revenues we generate in the form of raw milk payments. This not only grows the formal economy, but also gives a lot of livelihood improvement to the farmers. So with that, I thank you, Your Excellencies, for your leadership, and more importantly, recently, Your Excellency, we have been able to resolve our issues with Kenya. We thank you so much for your negotiations with President Ruto, so that now our factory is operating 24 hours a day. We are running out of milk, and we need our farmers to produce more milk. The farm prices have stabilized, Your Excellency, because of your intervention. We are running the factory 24/7. People have jobs. 1,500 people work here, thanks to your leadership. And we pray you continue engaging our neighbors the way you have managed to convince President Ruto to support Uganda.
Your Excellency, I want to thank you for the support you've given, not only the dairy sector, but the entire agriculture sector, and for guiding our farmers to produce quality products that are able to meet the standards of the factories.
Our production figures that we are producing 5.3 billion liters annually, and the distribution is as follows. Southwestern, where we are, 1.99 billion liters. Central, 1.87 billion liters. Northern, 0.33 billion liters. Eastern, 0.68 billion liters. Karamoja, 0.43 billion liters. Our processing capacity is 5.4 million liters per day. And the distribution of capacity is as follows. That in the central region, in Southwest, we have 41 processing plants. And this is one of the leaders in the Southwest where we are. And we have installed capacity of 4.1 million liters a day. In Central, we have more processing plants but with lower capacities, and we have installed capacity of 1.267 million liters per day. Northwest, 31,000 liters per day. Northern Uganda, 7,000 per day. Midwest, 2,000 per day. Eastern, 1,600 per day. Your Excellency, milk collection centers per region, Southwest has installed capacity of holding the milk per day of 1.447215 liters per day, meaning that if we do 2 rounds, we can move up to 1.9. Central, 937,000 liters. Northern, 91,000 liters. Northeast, 9,000. Midwest, 484,350. Eastern, 37,500 liters. Total, 3,958 liters per day. Your Excellency, milk road tankers, we have ensured that milk leaves collection center in sealed tankers to avoid contamination and to make sure that we deliver milk wholesomely.
Mr. President, let me thank you most sincerely for this opportunity that you have given me. And let me thank those of you who have invested and who have made it worthwhile for me to come to see. And then, of course, when I have seen, to see where we can work together. President Museveni was one of those of our leaders who about 4 years ago decided and took the decision on what we now call Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement. Whatever we are trying to do about integration in Africa, political, it will probably take much longer time than while I'm alive. But we can do something about economic. We can do economic integration. We can take advantage of scale, large scale, and we can take advantage of comparative opportunities that we have. One of the things, and I can see that now more vividly, that has deliberated against our trading among ourselves in Africa is lack of knowledge, lack of what we are doing in our different countries and different regions. I did not know. If you like, you can say I am an ignoramus. But I did not know that Uganda produces over 5 billion liters of milk annually. I did not know that. What, Mr. President, what happened? I was at the inauguration of the President of South Africa, and your deputy was there, and we just got talking. And in fact, she said, we are producing over 2 billion liters of milk, and we cannot get enough places to take them. I said, you don't mean what you have just said. You don't have enough places to place them. We have almost 250 million people in Nigeria. We don't even produce 1 million liters of milk per day. And if you are talking of food and nutrition security, milk, or if you like, dairy product is one of the essential of nutrition security. And then I said, well, look, now that you have said this to me, I will want to come. Now, to my surprise, he reported to President Museveni, and President Museveni said, this is not your own. I take it up. Surprisingly, I got a letter of invitation from President Museveni. And I said, well, if you are called, you must immediately answer. So I decided to come and see things for myself. I talked a little bit at home before I came because I did not know exactly what you have, how much, whatever, in what form. And I was told that transporting liquid milk, whether in sachet or in big form, has its problem. But in powder form, then you can go anywhere. And that was why, after we have seen what you are doing there, I said, I want to see the powder. And I said, I want to take sample of the powder. I will take it home. Now, the idea is this. Then I was told that you are going to expand. I said, when you are expanding, think of Nigeria need and requirement. If you are thinking of whatever size you are thinking of, you have to double it. But another good thing for which I will thank President Museveni is that we now have Air Uganda coming to Nigeria. And therefore, that makes it easy to get anything from here to Nigeria. And I will be in the forefront of that. President Museveni, you remember some time ago, you asked me to ask Aliko Dangote for coffee. And I talked to Aliko Dangote said, no, he's not interested in coffee. But this morning, when I said I wanted coffee, don't worry yourself, leave me alone. When I said, and if I do that, I won't fall down, don't leave me. When I said I wanted coffee, they gave me Ugandan coffee. Mr. President, we will be drinking Ugandan coffee in Nigeria. We will be using Ugandan milk in Nigeria. And before I go, I will want to, sir, if I can meet the whoever is running the Ugandan Airways so that we can talk about things, so that we can immediately start something. Now we have the Africa Continental Trade Fair Agreement, Free Trade Agreement is supposed to be in operation. And let us show what we can do. And we can do a lot. All I will say, we have come, we have seen, and we are going to go home with a feeling that between Nigeria and Uganda, there will be enhanced, increased in the trade arrangement. Thank you.
Importing powdered milk from Denmark and then put in water of Lake Victoria and then say this is Uganda Dairy Corporation. And yet these indigenous cattle keepers who have been keeping cows for the last 7,000 years or more have no income. Just roaming with the cows. Like your Fulanis. I saw those Fulanis in the... So we said, no, you must convert to produce milk for the market of Uganda and outside. Of course, there was also another problem, nomadism. Because these people were all nomads. Like the type of problem we have in Nigeria, where those fellows move around and disturb other people. So we decampaigned in the 1960s, we decampaigned nomadism. Then also being outside the money economy. And that's how we started. We moved well from 1966 to 1971.
Those who were here in the 1966, put up your hand.
In that conference, ijo mwesho kurebe.
Samuel Tuhemuka,
Tuwahemuka mu.
Tuhemuka,
That one ogwakaru mu.
Yonesan Katebarirwe, Kesubunanuche, Karumu, John Timbaganya.
Those people were in that meeting of Christmas, 1966. Mwebare mnong.
Mwebare bate rumungaro.
And we were moving well, but Idi Amin came in.
Tukantu jenda je konkanshanjo na gomwe Amini ya kwata governmenti.
So
ya hamba.
We had to go and fight Amin now.
Twatandukorta rurukurwanisa Amin.
And we spent 16 years doing that.
Twamaremi yaki 16 nturwanisa Amin.
Now when we came back in 86, we started where we had left.
Twatsia mchirengaga na kinana na mukaga twatandikira twatsigiri.
And this, they had actually settled a bit, but they had not joined the money economy.
Abamwe bakahurira ehururu yitu bacurera bashitama bakaba takifurafurka konka batakagire mu kutasiya sente.
And that was the campaign, to go from sedentary agriculture to agriculture for making money.
So kandi ehururu bunako bwekaberi kugira ngo no kutura cyo cyonka konka kandi ugaruka kongera ho kutasimpi.
So therefore, we are very lucky
for
General Obasanjo to take interest
in President wa Nigeria, General Obasanjo,
and come here. We have been to Mbarara. We visited one of the factories there. And he saw what is being done. So I invite you, General, to tell them what you want them to do.
Mbweni yayeta mugenyi we General Obasanjo na wabagambire kama si mwe bariyo amwebaza ebintu kumura mutabihurire na nyitimbihurire. Bariyo bateza ekishani